Hey everyone, it's Molly from Mother to Mother Wellness. I'm glad you're tuning in today. Welcome to my kitchen. So today I want to take you through two examples. We're going to compare two people. All right, example number one. This person is trying to be a little bit more health conscious. All right, so they wake up and they eat breakfast, and breakfast is a bowl of Raisin Bran and half a grapefruit and some coffee. Gotta have coffee, right? Then they get to work a little later. It's a couple hours later, a few hours later. And in the break room, one of their coworkers has brought some bagels. And it's been a while since we've eaten. We're a little bit hungry. So this person decides, yeah, I'll have a bagel, but I'm going to be mindful of the portion size. All right, I'm going to cut this bagel into thirds. These are, those big ones that you get at the bagel shops. They're pretty large. So a single serving is probably about a third of one of those. This person cuts it into thirds and has a whole wheat one, right? Because we're trying to be health conscious. Then this health conscious person has packed lunch. So instead of going out to eat, they pack their lunch. They've made themselves a turkey sandwich. It's a full sandwich. So we'll say 2 slices of bread. They packed some carrot and celery sticks. They packed an apple. All right, then hours go by. They get home from work and we're getting a little bit tired, a little bit stressed out, a little bit hungry. It's still going to be a little bit until dinner time because this person has a lot of running around to do in the evening with the kids. So time for a snack. This person has whole wheat crackers with some cheese and sausage, just a single serving. Then finally get done with all that running around and we got to make something that's quick and easy, but darn it, we're going to actually make dinner. We're not going out to eat. So this person makes spaghetti with whole wheat pasta. They buy the jarred sauce with the sauce with like the chunks of veggies in it and looks at that ingredient list and knows that like, I know what all these things are. It's, it's tomatoes, it's olive oil, it's seasonings. That's pretty much it. Also serves with that spaghetti, maybe some garlic bread and some green beans and salad. And then you know what? This person did pretty well today. They're trying to kind of monitor their weight. So they've been monitoring calories and they know that they're within their calorie range for the day. So this person has desserts. Maybe on the weekend they made chocolate chip cookies with the kids. And so they have a chocolate chip cookie for dessert and managed to all stay kind of within that calorie count for the day. All right, that's person number one. Person number two gets up in the morning and also eats breakfast, but breakfast is maybe some like toaster waffles, the freezer waffles. So maybe has 2 of those, and really nothing to go with it. Maybe a glass of orange juice or something. Gets to work, and this person works at the same place. So their coworker brings bagels, and oh gosh, that chocolate chip bagel has his or her name written all over it, and so goes and grabs that big chocolate chip bagel and eats the whole thing. So we're looking at maybe 3 servings. Then lunchtime rolls around and no, this person didn't have time to pack lunch in the morning, didn't want to get up a little bit earlier to do that, so goes out to eat for lunch, and got to be quick, right? We got to be able to eat like in the car or at the desk, so grab some fast food. Got that fast food burger, fries, and a Coke. Pretty traditional fast food value lunch. Then, hours go by again, and that fast food meal digested pretty quickly. That the body kind of burned that off. But we get home from work, we get home from picking the kids up from school, and this person is hungry. So goes and raids the cabinet. What is quick? What is easy? What's going to put calories in fast? Let's grab a box of like Cheez-Its or something, or Goldfish crackers, and ends up, crushing maybe 3 servings, just eating straight out of the box. Then this person is busy too, has to run kids around in the evening. So there's a lot of activity going on, a lot of busyness, and there's just not time to cook dinner. So this person picks up pizza, and maybe they're not really overeating, but let's say they have 3 slices of pizza and, oh, by the way, those breadsticks are pretty yummy. Let's have 2 of those. And then also this person wants to have desserts afterwards. And so maybe on the weekend they bought some of the bakery, the store bakery chocolate chip cookies or something. So maybe has 2 of those. All right, so person one, we have Raisin Bran, a third of a bagel, turkey sandwich with 2 slices of bread, a serving of whole wheat crackers, a serving of whole wheat pasta. I didn't mention that it was whole wheat, but it's whole wheat, and garlic bread and a cookie. So I don't know if you were paying attention, but that person ate 8 servings of grain-based product, or basically flour. This person ate 8 servings of flour. All right, the person with the started their day with the toaster waffles has had 2 servings there with the toaster waffles, 3 servings. But you know what? I'm going to be generous and say it's only 2 servings there. It might depend on whose definition with the bagel. So we'll say we're up to 4 servings. At lunch, goes to the fast food place, gets a burger. That bun is probably about 1.5 servings worth. So we'll say we're up to 5.5. Okay, we get home, we have crackers straight out of the box and can't stop eating them. So we've had about 3 servings there, but because I like round numbers, we're just gonna say 2.5. So we're up to 8 servings, And then we have pizza. We had 3 slices of pizza. We have to add 3 more servings. We're up to 11 servings of grain product, and then add those 2 cookies. This person has now had 13 servings of a wheat-based product, a flour-based product. Okay, so why do I bring this up? Why do I draw these comparisons? So most people would probably look at person number 1 and be like, yeah, they're eating pretty healthy. That sounds reasonable. They have their fruits and vegetables. They're reading labels. They're trying to eat whole grains. Like, sounds like they're living a good and moderate life. They're living in moderation. They even had that cookie at the end of the night, so we know they're living in moderation, right? And then most people would look at person number 2 and probably think, yeah, that sounds an awful lot like me. But yet they know that that person probably was eating far too many processed options. There's going to be a lot more added sugar and salt and things like that, a lot more unnecessary fats in their meal. And most people would look at that and understand that that's definitely overeating. All right, so again, why draw these 2 comparisons? So specifically, I'm looking at the issue here today of wheat and gluten. And we live in a culture where everybody kind of believes that if a little of something is good, a lot of something is better, whether that's eating more of food or engaging more in elimination. So like, for instance, in this example, we're talking about gluten. So many people in this culture today always want to go gluten-free. That's kind of the buzzword. You stop eating gluten and you stop having skin rashes and belly problems and people lose weight. And these all sound like fantastic promises, right? But essentially, my point here is that getting rid of that might just be the quick fix, okay? And that may not necessarily be the right answer for you in the long term. And this could be true for any food that might be causing you troubles, be that dairy or sugar or whatever it is that you're trying to change or adjust or eliminate. So what is my point? Basically, I think people ought to be a little bit more mindful, another buzzword in today's wellness culture, but being more mindful, meaning you're actually paying attention to what you're eating. You are noticing your food when you eat it. You're chewing it and tasting it. You are present and paying attention to what you're eating and how it's making you feel, okay? But more than that, I think just kind of overall being aware, what am I eating? How much am I eating? I think most people don't really pay attention to how many servings of grain products am I eating in a day. Most people aren't paying attention to, how many servings of any one thing they're eating. And then furthermore, we had all this misguided advice years ago, like the food pyramid, right? At the bottom of that pyramid was grains, and what was it? 6 to 11 servings of grain products. I think most people hear that and think that sounds ridiculous, but as you can see, even a well-meaning person can easily get right in the middle of that range, and somebody who's not trying to be mindful or adhere to it can be way out of that range. So I guess my point is, rather than saying I'm just going to eliminate this because that seems like this, this panacea for all, it's going to fix everything here, rather than get rid of all of it, start paying attention. What am I actually eating? How many servings of this grain am I actually eating? How many servings of dairy am I actually eating? How often a week am I actually going out to eat? Start paying attention to these things. You can write it down. You don't have to count calories, but maybe just jot down what you're eating for 2 weeks and really notice what's happening, notice what you're eating, notice what you're missing from your diet. How many servings of fruits and vegetables are you getting in there? Obviously, our first example was getting a lot more of the fruits and vegetables, probably ate 6 or 7 servings throughout that day, and that second person got almost none. So, pay attention to all those things. How much of these things are you eating? Is it really necessary for you to entirely eliminate something, or do you maybe really need to just cut back? I think bread is a fine thing to eat. We seem to be scared of eating it nowadays because people eat way too much of it, and it's caused all kinds of problems. But could we pay a little closer attention, and could we just scale back instead? So I hope you guys have a little bit of food for thought here. Maybe start jotting these things down and paying attention to what you're doing, and see if you can notice some ways that you can make adjustments in your life. All right, you guys have a great day.